Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, it's Zainab. Welcome back to my daily reading of Nahjul Balagha. So today I want to read to you sermon number 36, inshallah. But before I do, I'm just going to give you a little backstory about why Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, otherwise known as Imam Ali, delivered this sermon to the people. Okay, so this is it. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The reason behind, so there was a battle. It was called the Battle of Nahrawan, which took place in the year 37 after Hijrah. And the reason behind this, why this battle took place, goes back to the time that followed the arbitration, which is a story that I told you yesterday in my video that I uploaded, I think in two parts. There was part 1 and part 2. So if you want to go back and watch those videos that from yesterday and listen to the backstory about that particular story, arbitration, then you're more than welcome to do so. If not, that's fine. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam was returning to Kufa. The people were foremost in accepting this arbitration, yet they began to say that the appointment of anyone other than Allah as arbitrator is heresy, and, God forbid, that by accepting the arbitration, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam had become a heretic. Consequently, by distorting the meaning of "there is no authority save with Allah," they made simple-minded Muslims share their view, separating them from Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, who camped at Hanira, which is near Kufa. When Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam learned of their scheme, he sent Sa'asa ibn Suhan al-Abdi and Zu'aid bin al-Nadar al-Harithi, accompanied by Abdullah ibn Abbas. Therefore, he went to the place of their stay and dispersed them after holding a debate with them. When these people reached Kufa, they began to spread reports that Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam had violated the arbitration agreement and that he was again ready to fight the Syrians, who were led by Muawiyah. When Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam learned about this, he refuted it, whereupon these folks stood up to rebel, camping 12 miles from Baghdad in the lowlands canal area of Nahrawan. On the other side, after hearing the verdict of arbitration, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam prepared to fight the army of Syria. He wrote to the Kharajites, who were those people that started seeing Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam as a heretic. He wrote to them that the verdict was passed by the two arbitrators in pursuance of their heart's wishes instead of the dictates of the Holy Quran and Sunnah, that it was not acceptable to him, that he therefore decided to fight them, and that they should support him in crushing the enemy. But the Kharijites gave him this reply: "Since you had agreed to the arbitration, in our view you had turned heretic. Now if you admit your heresy and offer repentance, we will think over this matter and decide what we should do." Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam understood from their reply that their disobedience and misguidance had become quite serious. To rest any kind of hope on them was now futile. Consequently, ignoring them, he camped at the valley of An-Nukhayla in what is now Hilla, Babylon, Iraq, with the view to march to Syria. Once the army had been arrayed for battle, he came to know that the men desired to deal with the people of Nahrawan first and to move towards Syria after that. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, however, said that they should be left as they were, that they themselves should first move towards Syria, while the people of Nahrawan could be dealt with later. People said that they were prepared to obey every order of his with all their might, whether he moved this way or that. The army had not moved when news about the mutiny of the Kharijites began to reach them. Then it was learned that they had butchered the governor of Nahrawan, Abdullah ibn Khabab ibn al-Arat, and his pregnant bondmaid, killed 3 women of the Banu Tay and Sinan al-Saydawi as well. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam sent al-Harith ibn Mara al-Abdi to investigate, but he too was killed by them. When their rebellion reached this stage, it was necessary to deal with them. Consequently, the army turned in the direction of Nahrawan instead of Syria. On reaching there, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam sent them word that those who had killed Abdullah ibn Khabab ibn al-Arat and innocent women should be handed over to him. Those people replied that they had killed all those individuals and that they considered it lawful to shed the blood of all the people on his own side. Even at this, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam did not take the initiative for the battle, but sent the great Sahabi Abu Ayyub al-Ansari with the message of peace. The Sahabi spoke to them loudly thus: "Whoever comes under this banner or separates himself from that party and goes to Kufa or al-Madain will receive amnesty, and he will not be questioned." As a result, Farwa ibn Nawfal al-Ashja'i said that he did not know why they were at war with Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Saying this, he separated himself along with 500 men from the rest. Similarly, one group after another began to defect, and some of them joined Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Those who remained numbered 4,000. According to At-Tabari's account, they numbered 2,800. Still, those people were not in any way prepared to listen to the voice of the truth and were ready to kill or be killed. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam had stopped his men from taking the initiative to wage a battle, but the Kharijites put arrows in their bows and started shooting, throwing away the sheaths of their swords. Even at this juncture, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam warned them of the dire consequences of war. This sermon is about that warning and admonition, but they were filled with enthusiasm, so much so that they leaped on Amir al-Mu'mineen's force suddenly. Their onslaught was so severe, the footmen lost ground, but soon regrouped so firmly that the attack of arrows and spears could not dislodge them from their positions. They soon cleared away the Kharijites, except for 9 persons who fled away for safety. Other than that, not a single person was left alive. From Amir al-Mu'mineen's army, only 8 persons were martyred. The battle took place on the Safar 9th, 38 al-Hijrah. According to the okay, that's it. So that's the backstory. So now I'll just read you the very short paragraph of the sermon that he delivered, warning the people of Nahrawan of their fate. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. He said, "I'm warning you that you will be killed on the bend of this canal and on the levee of this low area while having no clear excuse before Allah or any open authority with you. You have come out of your houses, then the divine decree involved you. I had advised you against this arbitration, but you rejected my advice like adversaries and opponents till I steered my ideas in the direction of your wishes. You are a group whose heads are devoid of wit and intelligence. May you have no father. I have not put you in any calamity, nor have I wished you any harm." And that's it. Then the battle commenced, I guess, after that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm exploring this book, Nahjul Balagha, which means the path of eloquence in English, which is a book that's compiled of different sermons that were delivered by Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Ali, alayhi salam, during his caliphate. There's also some letters in there that he wrote during his caliphate as well. So this book was compiled a few hundred years after him, just a collection of his sermons put together into this book, and it's very interesting. I'm exploring. It's my first time reading it, and thank you for joining me as I explore this book, reading it for the first time. Inshallah, you'll join me again tomorrow as I read you some more, inshallah. Okay, stay blessed and stay tuned.